What's up everyone, Terraquake here, and welcome on back to our Pokemon HeartGold walkthrough. In the last episode, we began our trek through the Elite Four by defeating Will, the Psychic-type user, and then Koga here, the Poison-type user. So today it's time to take on the other two members of the Elite Four, Bruno and Karen, and we will begin with Bruno, who is waiting for us on the other side of this door. And at first glance, it may seem like Bruno is a fire-type user with all the lava and stuff, but no, he is actually a fighting-type user. He has kept his same typing from the Kanto Elite Four. And real quickly, I'm just dropping a save. You never know what could happen. I'm feeling pretty good about this fight, though, with Espeon on our side. Even though we still only have Psybeam, which really sucks. I wish we had Psychic, but we're not going to get that for a little while. Alright, so Bruno will begin with one of the new fighting types to Generation 2, which is Hitmontop, standing upside down. He's crazy. It does have Intimidate, so, watch out for that. You might want to stick to special attackers throughout most of this fight. This thing knows Dig, Quick Attack, Counter, and Triple Kick. So Counter is another reason why you might want to stick to the special attacks, because if you do a ton of damage, then he can hit you back with double that. Or if you do that damage with a physical move, of course. And he also has Triple Kick, which is pretty solid. Other than that, though, not too threatening. Anyways, he's going to go out to his Onix, his one and only non-fighting type Pokemon. This thing doesn't even have a fighting type move either. It has Sandstorm, Earthquake, Rock Slide, and Dragon Breath, and we have seen plenty of these things throughout the playthrough. We know how to deal with them. Quad weak to water and grass, two of the most common typings. You can also hit it with like Steel, Ice, and Fighting will probably work wonders as well. And looks like he's going out to Hitmonlee next. Now, I could stay in since I am part flying, but I'm actually going to switch, and that's because Hitmonlee has a Blaze Kick along with Focus Energy, High Jump Kick, and Swagger. So, Focus Energy, Swagger, you don't really have to worry about those too much, but Blaze Kick and High Jump Kick are both really strong on this guy. Definitely watch out if you are using, someone that's weak to fire, because this thing could sneak attack you with that move, and High Jump Kick is a little inaccurate, but it's very strong. However, if he does miss, then he's going to keep on going and crash and do a bunch of damage to himself, which it's always pretty funny when that happens. So I got Bruno to use a full restore there, which was nice, and now two more Psybeams will do the trick on Hitmonlee. And then I will be curious to see who he'll go out to next. I think Bruno will save his ace for last, so I'm guessing the Hitmonchan, and I was right. So Hitmonchan really just has a bunch of punching moves. It has Ice Punch, Thunder Punch, Fire Punch, and a Bullet Punch. Bullet Punch is priority, but it's really weak. Other than that, it's got the Elemental Punches, so really good type coverage, but remember, none of those are stab for Hitmonchan. So I guess it could like freeze, paralyze, or burn you as well as like the secondary effect. But that's really your biggest worry with Hitmonchan. I wish they at least gave it a really good fighting type move like Close Combat would make it a bit more scary, but no, they decided to give it Bullet Punch instead. So last up is Machamp at level 46. This thing is pretty scary too because it has a rock type move, so it's ready for your flying type mons. That rock type move is Rock Slide. Along with that, it knows Revenge, Foresight, and Cross Chop. Cross Chop, very strong fighting type move, has a high crit chance as well. Rock Slide, of course, a little inaccurate, but can flinch you. And even Revenge is really good if he goes second, which he most likely will a lot of the time because Machamp isn't the fastest thing in the world. And there is Revenge. Now, we do resist this, though, so I'm pretty sure we can eat it up. I hope. Yeah, see, it still did a good chunk of damage. But luckily, one more Psybeam, I believe, will take this guy down. It also has Foresight, as I said, so it can hit ghost types. So, watch out for that if you are trying to counter that thing with a ghost type. But that will do it for Bruno. I think that was the quickest Elite Four battle so far. But, he's not the toughest guy in the world. He literally has an Onix on his team. Could have at least been a Steelix. But if you don't have like a Psychic or Flying type, then he could be a little bit more difficult. Even Psybeam on Espeon there worked wonders, so that shows you like how bad their special defense is. However, Espeon will probably not be getting too much action in this next battle because we are going to be taking on Karen, the Dark type user. And yeah, obviously Psychic is weak to dark and can't even affect dark type itself. So I'm thinking for the Umbreon here, I guess we're going to start with Jumpluff actually. I was thinking for Alligator, but no, we're going to go with Jumpluff first, and that's because she uses an Umbreon to start off the fight, as I said. And this thing can be a little annoying. It's level 42, just a plain dark type, so only weak to bug and fighting. And it knows Double Team, Confuse Ray, Feint Attack, and Payback. So not only can it boost its evasiveness, but it can also confuse you and then hit you decently well with like Feint Attack and Payback. So not to mention Umbreon has great physical and special defense. So my goal is to do just that, get off a Leech Seed. So now we have some way of slowly whittling it down because I knew exactly what it was going to do. Double Team. Now, luckily, Jumpluff here has Aerial Ace, so we can never miss with that move. And even though this guy might take a while to go down, we're eventually going to knock it out because, I mean, I guess we could still get confused, but it's not like Umbreon's going to be able to do too much damage to us, so we should be chilling. Now, the interesting thing is, this is Karen's only plain Dark type. The rest of her mons have a second typing, and one of them actually, or I'm sorry, two of them actually aren't even dark types, which is pretty funny. So you will probably have a much easier time with the rest of her team. Umbreon can always be a little tricky to take it down, though. And there is Confuse Ray. Now, we'll get the Leech Seed here. It would be convenient if she did not go for a full restore. I'm wondering if I take the risk and go for Giga Drain. Well, first I got to get through Confusion, which we do. Hopefully this will do enough damage to have the Leech Seed finish it off. Should do more than Aerial Ace. Well, I take that back. Alright, looks like we will have to sit through a full restore, which kind of stinks. But, I mean, again, Feint Attack, not even doing 30 hit points. So, you can see how weak, like, this thing's physical attack is. You don't have to worry about putting too much damage on you. Now, I know I have U-turn, but I don't want to switch out just yet. I want to let Jumpluff, you know, try to get the kill here. And honestly, as I said, at least for me, this will be her toughest mon. Not that it's really super hard right now, but like it's just taking forever to go down. I feel pretty confident about being able to knock out most of the other mons. So yeah, it's kind of just a waiting game. We're going for Aerial Ace still. It seems like it's doing a little bit more damage if I'm going to be honest. And it can never miss, but there's Confuse Ray again. So we got lucky the first time. We'll see if we can do it again. Umbreon, by the way, if you have never seen its shiny is clean. Like, it's got to be one of the best shinies in Generation 2 and honestly overall because it's kind of a simple change. If you've never seen it, basically the yellow parts just become like a light blue, but it matches so well with the, you know, complete black body. So, yeah, really like the shiny Umbreon. But Karen is not cool enough to have a shiny Umbreon, that's for sure. And we get through Confusion that time. And now I'm regretting going for Giga Drain. I probably should have stuck with Aerial Ace. Maybe that would have done enough damage, but who knows. Okay, so one more Feint Attack. We are going to get some of that health back, and then hopefully we can snap out of Confusion. I swear, this entire series I have been staying confused for like the max amount of turns. There it is again. What is this, turn 3 or 4? Oh my goodness. Alright, well, Leech Seed will finish it off either way. And then she will send out her next mon. And as I said, I think we're going to have a bit of an easier time taking down the rest of these Pokemon. For Alligator is definitely going to come in handy for most of them. So let's see who she decides to go to first. And it is Murkrow. So Murkrow, kind of wish she had a Honchkrow in these games just because we are in Gen 4. But instead, it's just the pre-evolution. Level 44, it knows the Sucker Punch, Feint Attack, Pluck, and Whirlwind. So it can switch out your Pokemon with Whirlwind, so don't try to set up on it because then your stat increases might just go to waste if it goes for Whirlwind. Other than that, Pluck is pretty strong, but Sucker Punch, Feint Attack, not anything too crazy. I've got Ice Fang here, which should do pretty well. A cool thing about Pluck, though, if you didn't know, if the Pokemon's holding a berry, then the Pokemon that uses Pluck will actually eat that berry. So, yeah, don't have a Pokemon with a berry out on the field against that guy. Alright, so next up, Karen's going to Vileplume. One of her two non-dark types, which is, you know, just very interesting. This thing is level 42. It knows a Stun Spore, Petal Dance, Acid, and Moonlight. Now, I know I'm weak to Grass here. I'm really just banking on the fact that Mamoswine can take one hit from Petal Dance and then knock it out with Avalanche, or it goes for Stun Spore. Okay. It does have Moonlight to heal itself. Acid, you really shouldn't have to worry about. Pretty weak move. So, yeah, Stun Spore and Petal Dance could get a little annoying. Unfortunately, I did get fully paralyzed. Let's see if we can really take one, though, Mamoswine. Come on, you're finally getting action. Don't let it go to waste. And, oh, okay. So now that we took the damage, Avalanche is going to do more damage, and I think it should be enough to kill. I don't see a realm where Vileplume lives that. Yeah, there we go. All right, so down to Karen's final 2 Mons. Karen is sometimes looked at as the hardest Elite Four member, and, you know, I think that's true, because just the Umbreon alone is pretty tough to deal with, and you might not have, you know, as many Pokemon that match up well with Dark types. Speaking of Dark types, here is her 3rd and final one. It is Houndoom, and this is actually her ace at level 47. So it is holding a Citrus Berry, Dark and Fire type, so keep in mind it's also weak to like Water, Ground, and Rock. It knows a Nasty Plot, as you saw there, and then Flamethrower, Crunch, and Dark Pulse. So if this thing gets off a Nasty Plot, watch out, because Dark Pulse and Flamethrower will do a bunch of damage, and it still has really good attack as well, so watch out for Crunch too. And Waterfall is going to one-shot. Yes, I was worried there because we were 3 levels below, and with the Nasty Plot, he could start to sweep my squad. Okay, so last up for Karen is her 2nd non-Dark type. It is Gengar, Ghost Poison at level 45, and it knows a Focus Blast, Destiny Bond, Spite, and Lick. So Focus Blast isn't Stab. I mean, I guess watch out if you're using a normal type or something. Not that you would, because normal can't affect it. However, it can be annoying with like Destiny Bond and a Spite. And, oh, I'm surprised he didn't go for Destiny Bond there. That would have been a perfect time to do so. Yeah, Spite will just lower the PP of your moves. And a Lick is pretty terrible. I guess it can paralyze you, but that's about it. So, down goes Gengar. And that means that there is only one more trainer standing between us and becoming the champions of the Johto region. Now, I'm not going to learn Screech. I really like for Alligator's moveset. I don't think I'll really mess with it too much throughout the post-game. But Karen is kind of like the coolest out of the Elite Four members in my opinion, mainly because like what she says after you defeat her. She talks about like how it doesn't matter if you use strong or weak Pokemon. And I can kind of relate that to the walkthrough, you know, because we're using like, you know, weak hot mons like Spinarak and Hoppip that usually people would pass on. But, you know, I wanted to give some of these mons a chance, and they have done very well. It took a while for them to come around, but eventually they did. And real quickly, I'm just healing up my team. But yeah, as I was saying, just because we've defeated the Elite Four does not mean we're done. There's still a champion to go. And if you remember from the Lake of Rage in Mahogany Town, it is, of course, Lance and his, you know, somewhat dragon types. There's a couple of exceptions in there, but I'm looking forward to it in tomorrow's episode, so don't miss the episode on Wednesday where we take on the champion, or I'm sorry, Thursday where we take on the champion. For now, though, have a great rest of your day, and until next time, deuces.